All right, guys, thank you for joining me today. All right, all right, all right. All right. All right, I'll call AJ. Thank you for the 5x5. Who the hell did I just miss? AJ, thank you for the 5x5. Little John, thank you for the 5x5. City Prepper, thank you. WTC, T is here. Elaine, thank you for the 5x5. Mitch B, McAfee, thank you for the 5x5. Brian, Witty, Gregorio, Evolving Media, Dobie, Uptech, James, Brenda, thank you for the 5x5. Freedom, Kimberly, thank you for the 5x5. If I missed somebody, I apologize now. This shit is jumping today. Jesus Christ. Jason, thank you for the 5x5. The Watchman, what's going on? Lynn, buy the book. Thank you for the 5x5. Godzilla, Michelle, Off Grid, Let's Go, Loretta, Maria, Ronan, thank you for the 5x5. Caribbean House, NC, 1 second after. Trapper Bob, thank you for the 5x5. Krista, Danny, SP, Vegan, Moose, Renee, thank you for the 5x5. Charlie, Crow, Nancy, Little John, Jordan, NNG, Juan, thank you for the 5x5. First and last, Oki, Brenda, Highlander, Base, Eric, thank you for the 5x5. Bori, Amanda, Brian, Lexi, for the doggies, Ron, thank you for the 5x5. Todd, Joanne, Little John, Bad Botter, Mary, thank you for the 5x5. Jason, Begay, whatever, thank you for the 5x5. Vizard, Najee, Buster, thank you for the 5x5. Little John, The Watchman, thank you for the 5x5. Carly, Rhonda, Nathaniel, Groundhog, thank you for the 5x5. RW, Nasara, Smokey, Braziletti, thank you for the 5x5. Sorry if I can't read that. Jason, thank you for the EBT by EBT. Smoking Swamp, David, F you all. Mel, thank you for the 5x5. All right, I think I got everyone. So I got a new hat today because after you guys broke my balls the other night saying how dirty it was, and it was dirty, by the way. I was in the rain with this and dirt was falling off of it, whatever. So I got a new hat. And this hat is courtesy of Prepper Revelator. So thank you for the hat. I like it. Shaman, thank you for the 5x5. And Shady, thank you for the 5x5. Flown Grown, thank you for the 5x5. All right. Kento, Tiffany, thank you for the 6x6. And Jerry, thank you for the 5x5. All right, so there was a lot going on. And so I put up a post earlier stating for both channels, more for the Angry Truth and the Angry Prepper, that I'm going to be putting up more videos. So with that, yeah, man, there's a lot going on. And I'm trying to stay on top of it. And the thing is, guys, I want to do these videos. Like, I want to talk about a lot of the shit that's going on. I also want to try to stay focused. But there's so many things going on. But, like, one of the things I'm staying focused on right now, which is in my top tier things to talk about or keep talking about, is the Charlie Kirk investigation. You got people saying move on. That's what they want you to do. Brenda, thank you for the 5x5. Fire Hazard, thank you for the 5x5. Tom, thank you for the 5x5. So, guys, they want you to move on. Kathy, thank you for the 5x5. And Great Lakes, Jerry, Tiffany, thank you for the 5x5. Anyway, they want you to move on, right? So they want us to move on for certain things. They want us to stop talking about certain things. Now, there's something that's been bothering me lately, the hypocrisy of the whole Palestinian nonsense, right? Yes, Palestine looked like it got its ass handed to them. But again, not Palestine, rather Gaza got their asses handed to them. You know that there's like another whole entire country outside of Gaza that no one else is talking about, and how Hamas is like running rampant in the rest of the country. But when we're focused on Gaza, the elites go, well, these morons, we'll get them to focus on this little bitty piece of land in Palestine, and then we'll have people, parading around like assholes. Maria Jackson, Prep to Adapt, and Great Lakes, thank you for the 5x5 on Rumble. Appreciate it. So, guys, they want us to stay distracted or have us bounce around in our thought process, if you will, and everything that's going on. But when I talk about the hypocrisy of Palestine, again, what's going on over there sucks, but do I give a shit? No, I don't stay awake. Most people, 99% of the people, do not care what's going on in Palestine. They just want to sit there and belong and fit in and all this other bullshit. But people are missing what's going on in Sudan, right? And what's going on in Sudan is bad, like extremely bad. Like the pictures that I'm seeing, no one's talking about that atrocity. And I think that is way worse because that is on a personal level. There are kids and women that are getting violated, right? And meanwhile, well, we're talking about Gaza City, right? So that's what I meant by 5G, Trevor. But meanwhile, guys, everybody's focused on Gaza, right? The city of Gaza, excuse me. Everybody's focused on that little piece of land and the shit that's going on there. But what's going on in Sudan, I'm like, yo, it's out of control. Now, I've been hearing about it for the last couple of weeks, if not a month now, right? Is it about a month now it's been going on? No one's talking about that. No one's talking about what is going on with the kids and the women. Like, yo, it's a free-for-all over there. And no one's saying a fucking thing. Meanwhile, we're all screaming and crying about, Gaza. And meanwhile, Palestine, the rest of the country, could do something about it. The Palestinian government, or the standing government that's there, because they're not like really a government, it's like a complex political system they have going on there. They can rally up their military or their standing, not military, but their standing guards or police force, if you will, for the rest of the country and fight. But they're not. They're letting Israel do what they want. So there has to be a sweetheart deal there somewhere. But with Sudan, no one's saying a word. I saw pictures and I'm like, yo, it's for fucking real over there. It's real. I've never seen. I mean, we've seen shit like that with what is it called? Darfur, right? Darfur was really no Jews in Sudan, so no one cares. Deputy Dogs, you're probably no. You are right. Not probably right. You are right with that comment. Dan, the old hat will be back. I need a pie hat. But anyway, yeah. So with that, guys, there's a lot going on, and multiple. Yes, Africa has a lot of shit going on. And the thing is, we're all focused on one place. Because, maybe we don't have the attention span to focus on. There are people who are bringing it up and talking about it online. Like, very few people are bringing it up and talking about it. There are a lot of videos out there. There are a lot of pictures going on. They've been coming across my feed on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, man, there's a lot going on. And they want us to focus on one thing. And it's the tiny hats. They want us to focus on. They want us to focus on just them. Listen, not for nothing. The tiny hats always make it about them. Always make it about them. Everything is like the Holocaust. Oh my God. Everything is about them. Forget about the rest of the world and the suffering. They want you to focus on them and their suffering, their lack of suffering. Anyway, the old hat is in the AIDS treatment center. Yes, it is. It's getting treated for AIDS. Not my chair yet, but anyway. So, yes, there's a lot of nonsense going on, all right? And so with that, I just learned, apparently, Trump officials moved into military residence in the D.C. area. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth moved into a home at Fort McNair, traditionally reserved for the Army's Vice Chief of Staff. Secretary of State Mark Rubio and others now live in military housing. This article came across about 10 minutes ago. Right? So quarter to 8 at Fort McNair in Washington, situated along the something river, as Anacostia River, has traditionally been the home of Army's Vice Chief of Staff, but at the beginning of President Trump's second term, it was vacant, excuse me. So some people think this might be a continuity of government. They know something's coming. That's all I can say about that. This, along with what Trump said 2 days ago about I can do whatever I want with the military, roundabout way, I'll get you exactly what he said. But he made a comment, and I was like, wait, what? This is where, oh, okay. Trump said he could send military into U.S. city if it was necessary. In that article, if you read a little later on, he says, I could do what I want. I was like, wait, what? It was the most bizarre comment I've ever heard a president say. So he goes, and I'd be allowed to do whatever I want, Mr. Trump added, but we haven't chosen to do that because we're doing very well without it. But I'd be allowed to do that. You understand that? And the courts wouldn't get involved. Nobody would get involved. And I could send the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. I could send anybody I wanted, but I haven't done that because we're doing well without it. And he's talking about sending them or deploying them into American cities. With that, thank you, Rat Rod. I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, with that, he wants to start testing nuclear weapons immediately. So, guys, all of this is not a coincidence. All of this is probably them preparing for something that's going to happen. We definitely have civil unrest on our way, as he is also, Pete Hegseth said that they want to have QRF, or Quick Reaction Force, units built inside of the National Guards in all 50 states. So all 50 states should or have to provide a QRF, Quick Reaction Force. And a Quick Reaction Force, in this case, is so that they can respond to civil disturbances. Some people are going to argue on here that, well, that's not just for that. It's also for, natural disasters and things like that. Nope. They can respond to natural disasters. They can absolutely do that. But they are looking to build a quick reaction force for civil disturbances. Now, I thought it was 500 troops per state, not 5,000. I'm pretty sure everywhere I read was 500 troops per state. Again, it's a small group. It's not supposed to be that. It's not supposed to be that large. If I'm not mistaken. It's 500. But there's a lot going on, so who knows? New hat, same old chair. Yep. Smokey Blazer, the Civil War movie. I'm gonna tell you right now. The fact that and the QRF, by the way, right now as it stands, they can only apply force by way of non-lethals, so they can't use firearms. Yeah, it is 500. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. I think because they are planning on November 5th to go to the White House and surround it, shit is getting crazy. Who's surrounding what? Listen, Adriana, they surrounded the White House before. I forgot. I went down there. It was nothing. I went twice down to D.C. for these rallies, and nothing really happened. Though, there is a call for cruel activity. That's all I'm going to say. Count, Chad, thank you for the donation. Count Chad, listen, I will not argue with you on that. Absolutely. But I told you, I said last year, this time, in a few videos, we're not getting the same president we had last time. We're getting a different dude. Hands down. For the doggies, this would be the Black Swan event. So now here's the build-up. The build-up is, let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it. The build-up right now, guys, is that all of this is going down. Something is going to happen. Something is going to happen. There's just too many things that are just coincidental. All right? Again, you got Pete Hegseth and his little entourage, if you will, now living in a military base, on a military base, which is like, it's pretty rare. A lot of people don't do that unless something's going to happen. I know that they were looking for something to happen yesterday. Nothing did. What is it? The perihelion, the three-eye atlas came from around the sun. And I can't believe they have all these terms for it. Like this comet came from back behind the sun, and like it's hitting the perihelion. I'm like, why come up with such absurd whatever? Anyway, I guess I'm not nerdy enough to understand that shit. But anyway, it came from back around the sun, and people thought that it was gonna like do some shit, and it didn't. No, there are a lot more oddities with the comets or alien craft than we know, but NASA has been very quiet since July. They were hemming and hawing and, oh my God, look at that. And then as soon as it started doing weird shit, NASA got really quiet after July 25th to be exact. They scanned it and they go, wait, what is this? And there were radio silence. And then there were like drips and drabs of information coming out. And Avi, what's his name, Loeb, right? He was like, the NASA is not, scanning it enough. They're not doing enough to investigate it. Like, that's pretty much what he was saying in a nutshell. They were really quiet. But meanwhile, the comet didn't do anything. I was hoping that it fucking, there's also this interesting theory. I just heard it the other day. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was my son's mother who sent it to me. But the theory is for everyone who took the on ticket, they had been tagged. I like this theory. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I like this theory. So everybody who took the on ticket has been tagged. And they've all been tagged like a cattle. So when the aliens arrive, those people get, right into the alien ship. Loeb is it doesn't matter if he's WEF or not. I find it interesting that he's raising questions and NASA isn't. And all of NASA is supposedly part of the WEF. So he's out on his own. But yeah, man, I found it very interesting. Martial law. Something's coming. Something's coming. Not a comet, just an interstellar thing flying through space. Yeah, I don't buy the interstellar thing flying through space. There's too many anomalies with it. Granted, it's not a comet, but there are too many anomalies with it. And they had something called chemical communication. Apparently, the comet is bursting of some kind of material. They said what it was, but it was pulsing with a pattern. I found that to be interesting. They said that it was communicating, and that scared a lot of scientists. And that's why a lot more scientists now lean that it's an alien craft of some kind versus it being a comet. But again, that's a different subject. That's a different subject for a different day. As far as what's going on, Trump sending, troops in the city. President Trump reported Wednesday that he has authority to send the U.S. military forces beyond the National Guards into U.S. cities, claiming not even the courts could stop him. Now, again, this article was various interviews, if you will. They all pretty much reported the same way, around about the same way. Trump, guys, is up to no damn good. Period. Trump is doing everything, or almost everything, or a lot of things that we thought the Biden administration was going to do. Now, the Biden administration, hands down, restricted our free speech, and obviously reached out to social media companies and told them to curb what we're saying about the on ticket, what we're saying about Mr. 19. YouTube even got rid of a lot of YouTube channels at the request of the Biden administration. We're not going to argue that. The Facebook nerd, right? He stated that the Biden administration reached out to him on multiple occasions, telling them to quell the noise down from different companies. Reanimated, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. I don't know why I see these so late. Thank you for the donation. So, anyway, guys, with that, speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One during his trip to Asia, the president said he could send the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines and anybody I wanted to into the U.S. city, and I would do so, if it was necessary. Earlier in his trip, the president told the U.S. troop at the Yokosuka Naval Base near Tokyo that he was prepared to send more than the National Guards into U.S. cities if needed. On his Asian tour, I don't know why he brings this shit up. Like, there had to be a reason why he said this. That he didn't just come out of it's Trump. He does come out of the blue with a lot of things he says. But why would he just bring this out of the blue? He's like, I could do what I want. I'll send them in. Like, what was the question leading up to that? Because you just don't, I don't know. I just find it interesting that he made this comment. The president touted that the National Guard deployment in Washington, D.C. and Memphis, as the administration insists their presence is driving down crime. The president has generally targeted Democratic-led cities for the National Guard deployment. The city of Chicago and D.C., the state of Illinois, California, and Oregon have sued administrations over the deployment, which I don't think they... Whoa. Okay. Little John, that's a interesting statement. Very interesting statement. Little John said, better protect yourself, ladies, because if our rights are gone during martial law, don't let any tyrannical soldiers, try to SA you. Tyrannical, excuse me. I don't know why I said that. Tyrannical soldiers. That's a, yeah, man. Listen, if there are any National Guardsmen on here, buckle up, man, because the one thing I know about National Guardsmen, and for those guys that I know and met, one guy I worked with, they're, a lot of them, not all of them, are a little off. Those are the guys that couldn't make it into the Marines and the Army, and they settled for the National Guards. A lot of guys also join the National Guards because they also don't want to be away from home for too long. But they are off. Trumpenstein 2.0 is a Trojan horse. Yeah. So with that, guys, I've met a lot of National Guardsmen, and a lot of them rub me the wrong way. They just have this, especially when you put them in a position of power over people, they tend to be a little fucking lippy, if you will. Thank you, Nash, for the donation. Appreciate it. Navy vet here. I was stationed at Yokosuka, Japan. If I said that right, thank you, and thank you for your service. Appreciate it. Ed Lee, a little off, meaning crazy? Yeah, like just off, just like little on like I work with some firefighters, like some of us are off. They're just like, that's a crazy motherfucker right there, But with a lot of them, and it's just strange, man. It's strange. Jim, man, thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate it. They're just strange people, that's all. And it's, if they're not strange, they just want to be in charge and write their troops up. It's bizarre, man. It's like EMS. Like when I worked in EMS, let me put it that way. The FDNY firefighters, we're like the Marine Corps of the FDNY, right? We ball break, we get together. There's a true brotherhood there. The brotherhood in the FDNY is so tight, so strong, and so genuine that the Marine Corps, back in the early 2000s or late 90s, brought a bunch of troops in to study our behavior and why we get along together, why bosses and firefighters mesh well together, why we jive, right? Why we can break each other's balls, but understand that there's a limit of breaking that balls and respecting that officer's rank, right? And now that I got 20, I can break almost any officer's balls, including a chief. But when we're at a fire, that shit stops there. And when he wants me to do something, yes sir, no sir, right? That there's definitely a uniqueness to the way we function and the way we're cohesive with one another. The military can't emulate that. They'll never be able to emulate that. It's just something they do not understand, right? And so EMS, the FDNY EMS, they're like National Guardsmen. They're fucking off, and they like to stab each other in the back all the time. It's just what it is, man. You can be angry with me, you can unsubscribe, whatever it is, but that's what I've noticed in my years of working with National Guardsmen, knowing how like EMTs and firefighters, there's a huge difference, man. We're not the same, and in fact, now I'm not going to tell the story. I'll tell the story another time, but it's a National Guardsman story. The Southern Cat Lady said Trump is sending out comms and communications. He's our commander-in-chief, and he's doing one hell of a job, in my opinion. Southern Cat Lady, listen. Give it another couple of months. You'll be singing a different tune. I promise you that. Promise you. Everybody who's still siding with Trump, give it another few months. You're going to be like, what in the actual fuck? What was it, 60,000 Japanese students or Chinese students here? That wasn't a red flag for you? That was like the final straw for me. I'm like, what is he allowing this? Then has a friendly meeting with China just the other day, or today it might have been. Don't trust anything that man is doing. But if you guys still have faith in him, Godspeed. Because in another few months, you're going to be like, what in the actual fuck? Who is being stabby? I just got here. Spectre, I was talking about National Guardsmen and EMS and firefighters and Marines and Army. Like, look at Special Forces. That's even better. That's a better analogy. Special Forces, guys, they can break each other's balls. Lieutenants, captains, seamen, whatever the hell they are, or whatever rank, lower rank, they can break each other's balls. But when they're in the field, they operate as such, right? And that's how firefighters are. People try to emulate us, and they can't. They do not understand our brotherhood. The FDNY firefighters' brotherhood cannot be matched or copied anywhere else in the world. We're just who we are. And that's why I like the job. I got better understanding of that over my years of being a fireman. We operate differently. And we fucking go to war for each other on top of that, too. So there's also that, There's also, like, a guy's in trouble. We're going after it. 600,000 Chinese students. Thank you, Steve. I knew I was off when I said 60,000. I appreciate it. Thank you. Johnny Torrio, I stopped trusting Trump. Became a Second Amendment traitor in his first time. Yes. A lot of people pointed that out, too, Johnny Torrio, that Trump became a Second Amendment traitor. Listen, he is going to betray us slowly but surely. But everybody else who still sides with him, come back here in 3 months, maybe 2. And then you'll be like, holy shit, you were right. I do not like the way this man moves. I do not like what he's doing. I don't even like the way he fucking walks now. So, yeah. Reanimated, man, thank you for the donation again. Deagle Report, Depopulation 2025, in our face. Reanimated the Savage. Yeah, man. It's hard to... I did it. All right. Trying to hit the heart and the thumbs up while the thing is moving is like hard. At least it's for me. Me and my fucking dumbass thumbs. I'm all thumbs, man. The truth is that all men having power ought to be mistrusted. Yes, Grizz on Rumble said the truth is that all men having power ought to be mistrusted. James Madison. Yes, there is something to be said about that. That is why you have to keep yourself grounded with real people, right? You have to have people that are surrounded by you. Trans FDNY. What the hell is TDS? Tickle Dick Service? I don't know what that means. I have no clue what that means. The LGBTQ FDNY. Yeah, man, they don't even last long in a job, to be honest with you. They don't. They break easily. They're fragile, dude. Like all of the trans people that get on like FDNY, Trump derangement syndrome. Oh, Trump derangement syndrome. That's what I have? Yeah, man. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I got Trump derangement syndrome. You know what I thought it was like, tickle dick service or some shit. I don't know. Sorry, whatever. I had it wrong. But yeah, it is what it is, man. I really do not care anymore. People because I will defend Trump if he does something good. He hasn't in a couple of months. But when he does something, I'm like, all right, that was good. But the thing is, guys, they'll do something. They'll give you a nugget or a piece of bread and be like, here. And you go, yes, sir, boss said you gave me bread. Feels good. And you start tap dancing and shit. And then, Engine 1142 said, not you. And you start tap dancing. Yes, sir, boss, you did good for me, and then, then they do something behind the scenes to fuck you over even more. The Romans were known for that shit. They were known for fucking their people, but throwing bread at them or giving them shit every now and again to make it look like they were great leaders. A great leader, guys, will give you a nugget here and there, have you trust them, stabbing you in the back and fucking your entire culture or society or civilization, if you will. Yeah, bread and circus, exactly. But whatever, man. It is what it is. And this shit that's going on and everything that Trump is doing, again, what? That is bizarre. A notification just came over saying somebody in New York City died because they got stuck in a basement because of flooding. That's bizarre. That shit doesn't ever happen here. Oh boy, the chat. There's a lot going on in the chat tonight. I appreciate the what you call. Anyway, so guys, you have this going on, right? You have Trump making that statement. Now, the downside to the whole SNAP program, guys, is here's the rub. Yeah, man, it is. Yeah, man. Have we been eased over the years into a reset? Maria Jackson, I guess so. Maybe we've been eased into a reset. But something's coming because all of this is not a coincidence. Things he's saying, things they're doing, the SNAP benefit. Here's the rub, guys. And I'm guilty of this. I am guilty of this. And in fact, now, looking at the numbers, I am wrong for saying this. But there are only 7.7 million job openings right now. I asked Google 8 different ways to make sure I didn't miss anything. 7.7 million job openings currently right now. There are 42 million people or 41 million people out of work or on the SNAP benefits. Now, a lot of people who are on SNAP benefits do work. Keep that in mind. A lot of military guys who are on welfare, if you will, they are also working. You got people who work low-paying, shitty jobs. They work. But everybody else, if, let's just say 10 million of those people are working, you still got 30 million people who are without a job. There's only 7 million openings. If 7 million people left that 30 million, it'd only be 23 million people left without a job. In the past month, I applied to 219 jobs in the past month. J Dubs, and somebody brought up J Dubs. Thank you for bringing that up. Somebody brought up, thank you first and last, ghost jobs. That some of these jobs are not real. They were applying to someone was applying to all of these jobs, and they're not getting any reply or anything back. They thought that was weird, and I thought to myself, could they be staging these jobs? I don't know, but you have not enough jobs out there, guys. You got people who just applied for the SNAP benefits this month. This month they applied for SNAP benefits, right? Now either they lost their jobs or they can't afford what they're making, and they're not making enough. Excuse me, and now they're not getting anything for November, so they're really screwed, right? Then you got people, right? You're definitely going to see. Ghost jobs are data mining. No shit. Okay. They're collecting applicant data. Interesting. And first and last states job cuts through the roof, or to the roof. It's actually through the roof. Sorry. Reports will be released tomorrow. Now, first and last, here's the deal. Comey, not Comey, the little nerd with the glasses, the financial dude. He is looking at the Amazon job cut. Amazon is cutting 30,000 jobs. Now, you're going to see articles that say 14,000. As a whole, they want to cut 30,000 jobs. 200 companies over the last 10 months cut 98,000 jobs. The 98,000 jobs that are recently cut do not include the 30,000 Amazon's looking to cut. Amazon's looking to cut 30,000 corporate jobs and replacing them with AI. Powell, thank you, Saoirse. Powell, right? He is looking at that. Now, Powell said something. I'm going to pull it up on my phone in a little bit. But everybody is watching what Amazon's doing. Because if Amazon can get rid of 30,000 jobs at a clip, this will be the first. They're saying layoffs, it's firing. There are two different things between layoffs and firing. Layoffs is because it can get them benefits, unemployment. If you get fired, you can't get unemployment. So that's why they're calling it layoffs. So they're actually firing them. They're never getting their jobs back. Target is letting go 1,800 employees as well. Thank you, by the book. That's 1,800 positions that are gone. 30,000 positions gone from Amazon. There are only 7.7 job openings, and a lot of them are probably shitty jobs. This is going to get exponentially worse very, very fast. This is what we're missing. UPS is cutting another 50,000 jobs. Jim Cope, thank you for bringing that to my attention. I will be looking that up as well. My screen on my computer is broken, so I have to bear with me, UPS. Job cut. Oh, look at that. It popped up almost immediately. Bingo. Thank you. Who brought that up? I got to thank you again, whoever brought it up. But yes, UPS is cutting 48,000 jobs. They're cutting 48,000 jobs in 2025, including 34,000 in its operational workforce, 14 in management. As part of a restructuring effort to reduce costs and adapt to changing market conditions. Bullshit. They're giving those jobs to AI. Amazon admitted to giving those jobs to AI. Now, guys, the video I did about the Amazon job cut, that some people were like, that's not happening. I work for Amazon. This asshole doesn't know what he's talking about. Prepper Revelator told me a few months ago that 2 people walked into his place of work. And he spoke to these 2 Amazon executives. And they told him this. I did a video on this about 5 months ago, maybe more. Now Amazon is letting go 30,000 employees, replacing them with AI. I can't be crazy all the time, and I get it. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. I really want to throw this fucking thing right through a window right now. All right. So yes, this isn't looking well. The job cut though, that's fucking 48,000 jobs in 2025. And this was reported 2 days ago. New York Post, USA Today. So guys, articles like this, I do appreciate. When you guys mention it in the chat or you send it to me in my email, angryprepper@yahoo, or what is it, angrytruth77@gmail. One of those two, send those articles to me. I will read them, and I will most likely do videos on them. That's why also I'm increasing my video output, because there's a lot to talk about, and all of this shit connects. All of it. The watch, no blocky. Oh my God. That's amazing. But yeah, again, guys, this is just extremely bad. The fucking chat sometimes gets me going. Wow. All right, so UpTech said the education and technology company announced it will cut 45% of its global workforce, stating that AI and reduced search traffic had impacted its business. I'm not buying that. Not buying it at all. All right, guys, if you do not mind, hit the thumbs up. This is the first time I reached this number, so I appreciate it. But if you do me a favor and hit the thumbs up. So anyway, guys, this isn't looking good. Now, here's where we're going to run into bigger problems. We're going to see bigger problems. Excuse me. Not that we're going to run into bigger problems. We're going to see bigger problems. Sandy goes, you're giving out a lot of information. Watch your back. I'd like to see him come and try, son. I'm ready. I'm ready to rock and roll. I thought about that the other day, and I was like, yeah, no, I ain't that important. I'm not Candace Owens important. They're going to get that chick. By the book states that Intel's laying off 24,000, Nestle's laying off 16,000, and Ford is laying off 11,000. All right, let's look into that real quick. By the book, thank you for that. Let's start with Intel. Holy shit. It popped up right away. My God. They're looking to cut, as of today, they're looking to cut 30,000 jobs as part of a restructuring effort. AI. A fucking I. All right, that's Intel. Let's see. No, where the fuck did the chat go? I hate my what you call it sometimes. Someone said Ford layoffs. I wish I could freeze this, but I can't. So I know what I'm gonna do. All right. So he said Ford layoffs. Let's try that. That didn't come up. Oh, it did. No shit. Ford is planning to lay off thousands of workers at its Kansas City assembly plant due to production cut linked to a fire at an aluminum supplier. This layoffs are part of a broad trend affecting many companies, with Ford expected to face significant financial impact. Interesting. So Intel, Ford, UPS, Amazon. Yes, and it's because of AGI and ASI. ASI isn't ready yet. Nestle and Ford. Thank you, by the book. ASI isn't ready yet. But AGI is. So, and if ASI goes online, we're screwed. Nestle plans to cut 16,000 jobs over the next 2 years as part of a, hold for it, strategy to manage rising costs and improve efficiency, otherwise known as restructuring their business. It would be catastrophic for the entire planet. No whining. Stop whining. I'm ready to fucking bring it. Paul, I appreciate that. Thank you. Someone said Paul leave. Leave Paul alone. He's being clever. But anyway, I implore his cleverness. That's a lot of... Listen, man, this is bad with all these jobs letting go. And again, now we're yelling at people to get jobs. Get off of food stamps. You can't. More and more people are going to be on this shit. Now, for those that don't know, AGI is artificial general intelligence, and ASI is artificial super intelligence. Now, artificial general intelligence versus artificial intelligence is AGI is a lot faster and thinks on a broader scale, right? It's faster and it thinks on a broader scale. So a lot of this shit, my God, making billions richer. Yeah, man. How are these job cuts making America great again? Steve, exactly. Thank you, Steve. Steve said, how are these job cuts making America great again? Bingo. Yes, Jordan, ASI is crazy. It's incredible. Anyway, guys, so this is going to be bad. So now, before I got distracted like the goldfish that I am, or the lemming, if you will, there's one problem we're going to see go up. We're seeing it now, and this has been bothering me for a couple of years. We've been watching family members off their other family members. There was an article or a story here in the city where a stepdad, put nails into his stepdaughter's head. And I think he hit her with a paddle. He beat her up, basically. I'm not sure if she's still alive or not, but whatever. We're watching insane nonsense like this go on. It's getting worse. All right. We're going to see people offering themselves and their family. We're going to see that go up. Probably going to see that go up. This, guys, doesn't look like this is going to lift in November or December. I am hoping tomorrow there's a Hail Mary and they're like, we're giving everybody their money and they're going to make it rain. Right? That's what I'm hoping for. Because if they don't, shit's going to get crazy. And I told my brother, I texted my brother 2 days ago. Maybe it was yesterday. He's slow at responding to me. But I texted him, hey, make sure when mom goes to the supermarket, go with her. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. And or 2 days ago. Whenever it was, he goes, why? I go, because of the shit that's going on with the SNAP benefits. He's like, oh. He says, well, we got Mace. I'm like, yo, you're going to need a little more than mace. But yeah, start there. Um, Quantum AI is ASI. Yes, thank you, Michael. Quantum AI is ASI. That's like the god of AI, ASI. If there can be anything else above that, I don't know. But ASI is like the god of ASI. It's what you do not want them to release. Listen, people who've created AI, the leaders in the AI field are building bunkers. They're building bunkers that are disconnected from the world so that AI can't get into their system. What does that tell you? There are, and you guys listen. You don't have to believe me, but look at the articles that are out there. Look at the people and the things that they are creating and how they're trying to combat it. Yes, government workers will be at food banks as well. In fact, guys, Trump stopped a program that I'm going to talk about later tonight on the Angry Truth channel. On the Angry Truth channel, guys, we're going to talk about a program that was going to help a lot of these people eat that was canceled by Trump. And you'll be surprised. What did Grace Budd write? I want to know what they wrote, man. Come on. Why do black people even get tattoos? You can't see. They do not have white ink in prison. Oh, that was a good one. Grace Budd. Why do black people get tattoos? You can see tattoos on me, you piece of shit. You can see them. Look. You can see my tattoos. But, yes, I get it. On really dark-skinned dudes. I've seen guys who are like midnight get tattoos. And you'll walk by them. You'll be like, why do you... I can't even see that. And they're like, it's for me and for me only. No, it's not. No one gets tattoos for, well, you do get tattoos for yourself. But it was like, I was breaking this one guy's balls. He was going to beat me up. He was going to hand me my ass because I was breaking his balls about his tattoos and lack of seeing it. But not the point. Yeah, you can't use white ink because white ink soaks in the skin color and then it turns brown or whatever color you are. So, yeah. Yeah, man, but yeah, he was gonna beat my ass. He was like, "Yo, you think you're funny?" I'm like, I was like, and I was young. I was like, I'm just saying, you can't see the tattoos on you. You got a Black Panther on your arm, and I had to stand this close to him to see the fucking tattoo. I was like, why would you do that? It's for me and me only. It means something. I'm like, I said, are you part of the Black Panther party? He's like, you being funny? I was like, all right, man, sorry. You know, I was like, just fucking around. You know, but yeah, he would have handed me my fucking ass, dude. He would put me in a pretzel. Back then, he would have put me in a pretzel. Now, absolutely not. Massachusetts SNAP monthly alone is $250 million. State cannot cover it. Yo, yeah, Mass and New Hampshire just sent out letters saying that they're not going to be able to handle this shit. So yeah, not good. Again, guys, this is not looking good. So I am hoping for the Hail Mary tomorrow or November 1st. Or they surprise everybody and just put money into their accounts November 1st and go, look what we did for you guys. That's what I'm hoping for, but whatever. Again, I live in chaos. There's just some things that I'm like, all right. Like this, guys, if you are in one of those states that are allowed to carry. If you're going to go food shopping, go food. Listen, food shopping was supposed to be the one thing where you're supposed to go into the store and relax. And you're supposed to, diddle around and grab this and get that and do this and do that. And you're supposed to sit there and ponder on which cookies you're going to eat, right? You're supposed to be like, oh, man, do I want chocolate chips or do I want this poisonous Oreo? I don't know which one I want. I'll throw both in. And then you go over to the cake section and you sit there and you ponder which cakes you want. All of them. That's what you're supposed to do when you go shopping. But instead, in this climate, you got to go shopping and you got to keep your head on a swivel. You got to sit there and go, the fuck? And then you get out to the parking lot. Then you got to really have your head on a swivel. Who's hiding behind the car? Are they ransacking your car? All of these threats that they made. Now, some people are saying that these are government agitators, if you will, that are trying to set something in motion, meaning they're getting people riled up, they're getting people on SNAP benefits riled up so that they can do what? Get busy. So who knows, man? Trump is building a bunker under his ballroom. Possum, right? Yeah, possum. Is it possum? Opossum. Excuse me. Uh, they already have a bunker for him in the White House. They have, what do they call it? There's something room. There's a term for it. It's something room. They already have that. He doesn't need to build another bunker unless he's building the bunker for his family. You haven't seen chaos yet. No, we haven't seen chaos yet. I know what chaos looks like. At least we had a part of what chaos looks like during the Trade Center. That was a chaotic day. Just imagine that. 5 days a week or 7 days a week for the next few weeks. We're going to see some serious shit. So, yeah, I don't know. I have a plan. I don't want to fucking enact it yet. But they're definitely going to make me think about a lot of shit. So I got to figure out what the wife and kids are going to do. Or the ex-wife and kids are going to do. I got to figure out what their plan is. It's pretty much my plan. Whatever her plan is going to go right out the fucking window. And then my son's mother in Connecticut, I got to figure out what they're going to do. So I have a plan. I don't want to fucking I don't want to initiate it just yet. But I've already been thinking about what this is going to look like, and this is going to look like shit. So yeah. Anyway, God, man, already the fucking this tour. I almost said this tour is almost over with. Excuse me. All right, guys. So real quick, we're going to go over what just happened with Israel and France. I find this to be very interesting because leave it to Israel to fuck shit up. But anyway, apparently October 27th, the United Nations had a peacekeeping mission with France, and Israel was flying a drone over an Israeli peace force, according to France and the UN. They were in the southern Lebanon region. The UN spokesperson described the incident where Israel drone dropped a grenade near the French patrol, and an Israeli tank fired on them as well. Now, they were on a peacekeeping mission. The French government was, anyway. And it's France. The French. I mean, how threatening can they be? What, they're throwing baguettes and shit at you? Like, whatever. But, so, first they had a drone. And the drone was flying close by, and the French military fired upon the drone. They took the drone down. A second drone approached them, dropped a grenade near them, calling it dangerous. Now, no one really knows about this tension, this diplomatic tension, if you will, between France and Israel. Now, interestingly enough, I don't know when, a few months ago or a few weeks ago, France had told Israel or had dismay with Israel over what's going on in Gaza. So, October 28th, the Jerusalem reported that French was responsible for the decision to shoot down an Israeli drone in the southern Lebanon the day before. The report cited a French diplomatic source who confirmed that the UNFIL peacekeepers involved were French military members. On October 29th, Israeli reservists was detained in Prague, Czech Republic, after French issued a criminal alert against him, which was viewed as a potential escalation in the dispute. Although the reason for the French alert remains unclear, this is still being investigated. So they dropped a grenade next to the French peacekeeping mission, and then the French arrest an Israeli reservist in Prague, which is very weird. None of this makes sense. I mean, it makes sense in an espionage kind of way, but to the rest of the world, this doesn't make sense. I think I know what's going on here. So these incidents add a long-standing tension over France, more critical stance towards Israel since recognizing Palestine as a state in September of 2025. That's interesting. Also, Bill Gates is at it again. Let me show you what Bill Gates stated. They're trying to claim that he didn't say this, but this is wholeheartedly a Bill Gates comment because Bill Gates is the cocksucker of the universe. But let's not go there. Oh, Bill Gates is pushing for a digital ID to track misinformation. Guys, it's all happening at an alarming rate, like super fast. Now, The thing I was talking about, the Federal Chair Reserve Powell. Powell said layoffs tied to Amazon's aren't showing up yet in the jobless claim, which you guys, somebody said that the job claim is coming out tomorrow. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said that the central bank is paying close attention to the recent layoffs at companies such as Amazon, as well as announcements by other big businesses about hiring fewer people. He noted that many companies were tying these moves to the use of artificial intelligence. Powell states, we're watching that very carefully. Yes, it's absolutely could implicate for job creation. Yes, it absolutely could have implications for job creation. Yet Powell pointed that these big layoff announcements have not shown up in state jobless claims, at least not yet. He pointed out that there is often a lag between job layoffs, announcements, and higher jobless claims. Announced layoffs, what's more, don't show close correlation historically with rising unemployment, at least in the short run. Yeah, guys, again, not looking good. Wanda sees that Trump is a grandmaster. Grandmaster of what? Fucking more shit up? Listen, my skydive, thank you for the heads up. Everything that Trump is doing so far, though a couple of things seem or appear to be good, he is doing what we thought the Biden administration was going to do. The Biden administration wasn't any better. And listen, even if Kamala Harris got voted in, I think Kamala Harris is going to follow the same steps. Without a doubt. Now, guys, moving right along real quick, I want to talk about this. This is something we should pay attention to. Now, this has seemed to be rumors, but there are some confirmations or coincidences involved in this. But Russia sent the Wagner fighters to Venezuela to fight U.S. military, bringing the war between Moscow and Washington a lot closer. Now, some people seem to think that the Wagner group is definitely going to work their way up to the United States to create havoc. That's one way of looking at it. Now, there is no confirmed information that Russia has sent the Wagner fighters to Venezuela specifically to engage combat against the U.S. military forces. However, they have been sent to Venezuela. Tensions between the U.S. and Venezuela, a country aligned with Russia, have escalated with military posturing from both sides. Keep in mind, they also sent USS Gerald Ford is being dispatched to the Caribbean Sea to support U.S. counter-narcotic operations and to bolster U.S. military presence in the region. The move is a shift from its previous deployment in Europe and is aimed at dismantling transnational criminal organizations and counter. This is a big thing. This is a big problem. So anyway, guys, this is not coincidental. The USS Gerald Ford being sent to the Caribbean Sea after being in Europe or deployed near Europe, yeah, this isn't a coincidence at all. Casey said Russia has no soldiers in Venezuela. Like I said, the Wagner group are technically, they don't consider themselves part of Russia, but they are Russian soldiers. They're more mercenaries than anything. They're not like Russian soldiers. They're like Blackwater, if you will. Like if Blackwater sent mercs to Afghanistan, which they have, or Iraq, which they have. So just keep that in mind. Are you weapons being transferred to Venezuela? There's a lot of shit going on in Venezuela, and it isn't good. I don't understand why I mean, I get the whole drug thing, but there's more going on there. But for those people that are sitting there we don't have any troops and there's no Russian troops in Venezuela, you're sorely wrong. Absolutely. And again, okay, so they're not Russian troops, they're mercenaries. Is that better? Russian mercenaries are headed towards Venezuela. Is that a little more accurate? Excuse me. But anyway, that being said, I'm going to go off the air now because I have to head over to the Angry Truth channel and talk about a couple of more things Trump did. Yes, this sounds like a Trump bashing night, but so fucking be it, because I'm going to call it out as I see it. And again, guys, there might be some things behind the scenes that I do not see, or understand? Maybe so. But whatever it is, man, whatever it is, none of this is looking good. That much I know. Other than that, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Tomorrow night, if anything weird happens between now and tomorrow night, I might come on tomorrow night as well. But as it is, yeah, I will see a lot of you on the Angry Truth, and I'll see the rest of you guys next Tuesday for the doubleheader. All right, guys, appreciate it as always. Thank you, and have a good night and a good weekend. Tony, Trump is amazing. Stop sucking his dick, Tony. Enough.